So Bonnie Blue has said that for approximately 24 hours, she's going to be locked inside a glass cage and that 2,000 men can do whatever they want to her.
For those of you that haven't seen or heard, Bonnie Blue.
So right now we're looking at the latest stunt organized by Bonnie Blue that is a human petting zoo. Now if you don't know who Bonnie is, she's been pretty infamous recently and is popular on a platform called OnlyFans, where she became most known for sleeping with 1,000 men in 24 hours. I made a video on her crazy antics in the past and I kind of strayed away from this topic for a while. I didn't really want to give her any more attention, but just this week she actually got banned permanently off of OnlyFans due to this whole petting zoo stunt. Yeah, you heard that right. A stunt so extreme and insane that despite making the company of OnlyFans tens of thousands of dollars a month, they still went ahead and banned her. And basically, this whole petting zoo incident has a lot of people talking about what kind of effects doing something like this is going to have on a person. Sure, she's made hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, but even so, how is something like this going to affect someone in the long term? I made a video talking about this topic a few days ago, but it seems like more and more people in that industry, if you want to call it that, are coming out with warnings to other women to be careful about what they're getting into.
I'm an S worker and people always get surprised when I say I wouldn't recommend anyone doing it. This isn't just in-person work, there's so many downsides to the online industry that influencers don't talk about. If you're thinking about doing it, it should be after you've exhausted every other avenue. It's something that you have to go into fully understanding what the cost will be. When I was with clients back to back or making videos with like people that I barely knew, it definitely did damage to my mental health. A lot of the time I'd dissociate, I'd just end up dissociating for a full day and it would end up creeping into my day-to-day life. Like I would be in my head a whole lot more and it was harder to be present. And I was definitely more like detached from friends at that time. Even when you're safe and you get to choose like the clients that you work with or people that you work with and like you totally feel in control. Best case scenario, it's emotionally taxing, and worst case, it's soul destroying. Doesn't matter how polite or kind they are, on some subconscious level, it does still affect you.
I mean, of course, it's still gonna affect you. And it's crazy to think that a lot of this is labeled as empowerment nowadays. Starting up an OnlyFans, entering the industry, even at 18 years old, straight out of high school, is seen as empowering. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but this right here does not look empowering to me. 1,000 sausages in 24 hours might be the least empowering thing I've ever heard of, if anything. It's almost like people are being conditioned to see some of the worst things you could do to yourself as somehow empowering. And that extends past OnlyFans and all that shit. Like, it's some kind of delusion to make yourself and everybody else feel better. But now we're seeing a lot of these OnlyFans creators, sex workers that are being completely honest about it and coming out with the brutally honest truth.
Soul destroying. Doesn't matter how polite or kind they are, on some subconscious level, it does still affect you. You're getting validation in the sense where like they're paying you all this money and they're complimenting you, like you're getting attention online. We'll tell you how beautiful you are, whatever. Like it's nice to be desired, but it's so superficial at the end of the day. Being seen as an object after a while, it's isolating. Put way too much of this on. I've had some tough experiences in my life and had mental health issues a lot of my life, so I feel like that's made me desensitized and be comfortable in those situations. If I hadn't had those experiences, I don't think I'd be equipped to do this job. Over time, it wears you down, and if you don't check up on yourself, you're gonna end up crashing out. Damn, I forgot my sunscreen. I'm fortunate enough to be able to take time off. Like some SWs don't get that luxury. We're a lot further on in SW rights than we were even just 5 years ago, but there's still so much stigma behind it. You have to go into it accepting that this will affect your future prospects.
And that's the thing a lot of people don't seem to realize, especially the people that are just turning 18 and hopping on the OnlyFans bandwagon straight out of high school, which I've personally seen with a few girls I knew. Your future prospects might be cooked unless you make a ton of money in this line of work. Like Bonnie Blue, for example, is probably set for life. But not everyone will be. She's set for life money-wise, specifically. For everything else, I'm not sure. Relationships, friendships, future job, if she wants to get one, that'll all be affected. there's no doubt that it's extremely appealing to start doing it. And personally, I think more and more people are going to hop on the OnlyFans bandwagon. It's pretty normalized now. But not everyone is going to be in the top 1% at the end of the day, and their future is going to be affected only without all the money.
Bonnie Blue is once again facing extreme backlash, and her next stunt is being called insane and her most horrific yet. Now, none of that particularly surprises me, but was I expecting Bonnie Blue's petting zoo to be compared to a performance art piece from the 1970s? No, I was not. So Bonnie Blue has said that for approximately 24 hours, she's going to be locked inside a glass cage and that 2,000 men can do whatever they want to her. The actual event's website says, for 24 hours, I'm all yours. Tied up, gagged, bent over begging. However you want me, you can have me. No limit, no breaks. Just me in a box, ready to be used. It's dirty, intense, and completely open. Now, many people are horrified, but let's face it, that's nothing new for this adult creator who earlier this year said she broke the world record by bedding 1,057 men in 24 hours.
If you're putting that content out in the world, like, you can't take that back. I used to do money counts on my page, and I changed my content like as my platform grew. I didn't want people scrolling through TikTok and be like, oh my god, that's amazing, look how much money she made, and not realize like what I actually had to do to get that money. Like, I did talk about the downsides, but not everyone scrolls through and watches every video. With online work, like, there is potential for stalkers. I guarantee that most women who have put themselves out there online like that have had their own story about some sort of stalker. In person, it doesn't matter how many safety measures you go through, like, at the end of the day, you're alone in a room with a man. For me, the good outweighs the bad, but everyone is different and not everyone's gonna have the same experience. I know my limits now, but that didn't come overnight. I'm gonna go help clean up the beach today. It's turtle hatching season soon, and there's still so much plastic and debris on the beach from the cyclone. Bye, guys.
I think what we need to normalize as well is shaming guys who spend money on this stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's due to guys that someone like Bonnie Blue, despite these fucking insane antics, is a millionaire making over $1 million a month. I feel like people in general are always going to shame Bonnie Blue and other sex workers. But there needs to be an equal amount of shame towards anyone that spends money on this type of stuff, as well as anyone who thinks this is all empowerment. Yeah, there's no way this is empowering. This is really fucking sad and pathetic on all fronts, but it seems like things are only going to be getting worse unless you stay subscribed to my channel so you see the way. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more videos coming soon to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts are on this whole situation. I do wonder where Bonnie Blue will be in 10 years from now, even 5 years from now, because the effects of everything she's been up to, I can imagine, are going to take a serious toll. But let me know, leave a comment. Peace.